Plant growth and development from seeds are regulated by several external and internal factors. Plant cells are metabolically complex due to their autotrophic nature, extensive synthetic capacity and the presence of extra compartment like plastids and a large vacuole. Apart from coordination of its own activities, the plant have to adapt to the environment also. First, these environmental signals are received with help of perceptor. Ultimately, these are translocated in recognizable signal like hormones, which link up the environmental clues with internal system. The term hormone was originally used by animal physiologists to denote a specific organic substance effective in low concentration, which are synthesized in specialized organ and translocated to another part where it act to bring about specific physiological effect. Plant physiologists use the term plant growth substances rather than plant hormone, since it can include the natural, that is endogenous, and synthetic compounds which have found to modify plant growth and development. Further, it is relevant that plants have the capacity to respond to many different chemicals beside those regarded as nutrient. Chemicals are those types vary in structure, simple, while others are very complex. These chemicals can regulate growth and behavior of the plant by altering physiological processes. Growth is one of the fundamental characteristics of all living beings. How far the term hormone is justifiable in case of plant? Hormone is a Greek verb, means excite, defined as organic substances synthesized in specialized tissue or organ and transported to another site where it influences certain physiological processes. The term hormone is aptly suited in case of animal rather than plant. In case of animal, these organic substances are synthesized in specialized tissue organ and transported by nervous system to a particular site where it brings about particular physiological activity, while in plants there is no such specialized organ or a particular system for transport. In some cases, plant hormone brings about changes in the same tissue or same cell where they are synthesized. Plants are posed to various environmental fluctuation, that is both biotic and abiotic, where they may alter their growth and development accordingly, either by promoting or retarding cell division and elongation. These activities are brought about by signaling mechanism to a particular metabolic and developmental program integrating with external and internal genetic and environmental controlling factor regulated by organic substances. The effect of these substances are diverse and often differ from plant to plant, organ to organ. They exert multiple effects, presence of other organic substances and activator molecules, that is calcium, sugar, by controlling or regulating germination, growth, metabolism or other physiological activity. Hence, these organic substances can be considered as growth regulator, that is either promoting or retarding. Phytohormones may be viewed in terms of three fundamental components. First of all, a site of synthesis or a source of phytohormone, translocation from source to the site of action, and specific action on target site in terms of quality and quantitative changes in RNA and protein synthesis, and thereby regulation of gene expression. Compared to animal, phytohormones or growth regulators are smaller in size and relatively non-specific, that is, each one has several target organs and more than one have similar effect. They interact with each other and one affects the synthesis, translocation and catabolism of other. The ratio of the growth regulator is sometimes more important than the concentration of the individual growth regulator. Phytohormone concept implies in primary control of specific process at the cellular, tissue or whole plant level. Hence, plant growth regulators or phytohormones are organic substances synthesized at low concentration, synthesized at one site and translocated to a particular physiological responding site. They can be classified as growth promoters and growth retardant. After knowing the definition, let us know about the synthesis, mode of action and regulations. Chemically, these growth regulators are either amino acid or lipid derivatives which are synthesized from two major, that is cyclimate and isopyranide pathway. In plant system, cyclimate and isopyranide are formed from photosynthetic metabolism via dehydrogenate and malonate, from which almost all growth regulators are synthesized. Based on its synthesis, the growth regulators are classified as amino acid and lipid derivatives. So, it is essential to know that how exactly growth regulators are triggered and regulated. Three criteria to stimulate phytohormones or growth regulators actions are: 1. The growth regulator present in correct quantity, that is both endogenous and exogenous level in correct location. Second, the recognition and strong binding between growth regulator and responding molecules. Third, the metabolic changes, amplification triggering by receptor molecules. They are regulated at 4 levels. 1. The respiratory level, that is multiplication or regulation of the genes. 2. Transcriptional level, unmasking of the genes. Third, translation level, regulation of ribosome binding site. Fourth, post-translational level, regulation of secretion and turnover protein or enzyme. Coming to the classification of the growth regulators or phytohormones, they are classified as auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, ethylene, abscisic acid and others are unclassified like brasinosteroid, salicylate, jasmonate and polyamine. Let us now know of individual growth regulator under specific headlines. Auxins. The term auxin is derived from the Greek word auxein, which means to grow. They are oldest and best known plant growth regulators. They are first discovered to be chemical substance and hormone by F.W. Wendt in 1928. Few years later, indole 3 acetic acid, that is IAA, was verified as a naturally occurring auxin. Auxins have been classified into 5 major classes, that is indole auxin, phenoxy acid, benzoic acid, naphthalenic acid, thiocarbamate. Auxin is characteristically synthesized in the stem tip and young tissue and moves mainly down the stem. Coming to the biosynthesis and metabolism, indole auxin are only identifiable natural auxin, although non-indole auxins cannot be excluded on chemical grounds. All indole auxins can be changed to IAA in the plants. Similarly, all the side chains of the active auxin can be degraded to acetic acid, that is IAA. Two mechanisms have been suggested, that is tryptophan is converted into indole pyruvic acid through transamination reaction. Indole pyruvic acid is then converted to indole acetaldehyde by decarboxylation reaction. Finally, indole acetic acid is formed by oxidation of indole acetaldehyde. The second pathway is tryptophan undergoes decarboxylation resulting in tryptamine. Tryptamine is then oxidized and deaminated to produce indole acetaldehyde. Further, by oxidation, indole acetic acid is formed. There are two major routes of catabolism. One, the oxidation of IAA by oxygen resulting in loss of carboxyl group, and 3-methyl oxyindole is the major breakdown product. Second pathway, that heterocyclic ring may be oxidized resulting in oxyindole 3 acetic acid. The next hormone, that is gibberellins. All plants tissue contain diterpenoid acid, which are better known as gibberellin. They are discovered as a result of the disease Bakane, means foolish seedlings. In Japan, in 1926, Kurosawa discovered a substance secreted by the fungus Gibberella fusiculae responsible for the disease. Later in 1936, Ebuto isolated the compound and called gibberellins. All gibberellins are acidic compound derived from Ent gibberellinae skeleton, and over 90 analogues are identified since its discovery. Coming to the biosynthesis and metabolism. Biosynthesis. The pathway of gibberellin synthesis involves 1. Acetyl-CoA, which leads to the formation of geranyl diphosphate, that is GGDP. GGDP then further converted into Ga12 aldehyde. Ga12 aldehyde is converted into various gibberellins. Hydroxylation of gibberellin results to inactive conjugates. Inactive conjugates might be stored or translocated at proper time in the proper tissue. Coming to the functions, it stimulates stem elongation by cell division and elongation, stimulates flowering in response to long days, breaks seed dormancy, stimulates enzymes production, that is alpha amylase. The next growth regulator, that is cytokinin. Cytokinin is a group of phytohormones which participate in normal regulation of growth and development. Most of the cytokinin are adenine derivatives. Kinetin was the first discovered, and so the name because of its ability to promote cell division. To date, more than 200 natural and synthetic cytokinin are recorded. Biosynthesis and metabolism. In general, cytokinin is found in higher concentration in meristematic region and growing tissue. Its synthesis happen through biochemical modification of adenine. Free cytokinin is synthesized by addition of side chain to adenine monophosphate. The degradation of cytokinin occur due to the cytokinin oxidase by removal of the side chain releasing adenine. Functions: it stimulates cell division, stimulates morphogenesis, stimulates lateral bud, releases apical dormancy, stimulates leaf expansion, enhances stomatal opening, promotes conversion of the idioblast to chloroplast. The next growth regulator is ethylene. It is later added to the list of major phytohormones or growth regulators, and it is the simplest of all. Some of the recent reviews have discussed the role of ethylene as plant growth regulators as well as growth retardant, inhibiting the cell division in the meristematic zone and promotes swelling in the subapical region. It is simplest gaseous hydrocarbon which stimulates transverse or isodiametric growth. Its functions: it stimulates the release of dormancy, stimulates shoot, root growth and differentiation, that is triple responses, stimulates leaf and fruit abscission, stimulates flower induction, stimulates femaleness in dioecious flower. stimulates leaf and flower senescence, stimulates flower opening and fruit ripening. The next growth regulator, that is abscisic acid. The effect of abscisic acid is antagonistic to the action of other growth substances, that is auxin, gibberellin and cytokinin. It was originally considered as an inhibitor of the growth, but known to play multiple roles during growth. They are also known as stress phytohormone. Abscisic acid was discovered by two groups independently of each other in 1963, biosynthesis and metabolism. Abscisic acid is synthesized directly via farnesyl pyrophosphate, that is 15 carbon compound, or by degradation of 40 carbon compound, that is carotenoid type precursors. Activation of abscisic acid results in conjugate abscisic acid glucose ester by attachment of glucose to abscisic acid, and oxidation of abscisic acid forms fucoic acid and dihydrofucoic acid. The other group are unclassified growth regulators are brasinosteroids. These are steroidal group of hormones commonly known as brasinosteroid functions. It stimulates stem elongation, inhibits root growth and development. It promotes ethylene biosynthesis and epinasty. Salicylate. Salicylate are phenolic compounds, a diverse group of plant secondary metabolites which plays an important role in regulation of the growth and development. Its functions are: it stimulates plant pathogenesis protein production, it inhibits seed germination and ethylene biosynthesis. It also reverses the abscisic acid effect. Jasmonate. Jasmonic acid is a methyl ester synthesized from linolenic acid, an important fatty acid. Its functions: inhibits growth and germination. It promotes senescence, abscission, fruit ripening, pigment formation and tuber formation. It also plays a role in plant defense. Polyamines. These universal cell constituent of the higher plants controls cell division, retards senescence and take part in root formation. Mulberry is a perennial crop of high economic importance in silk rearing. It is exclusive source of nutrition for the silkworm Bombyx mori. Productivity of cocoon depends on the mulberry cultivars, management practices as well as environmental factors. At all stages of mulberry cultivation or propagation, namely nursery stages, plant breeding for search of new cultivars or in the field condition, growth hormone plays an important role at almost all stages such as seed germination, adventitious root formation and development, bud dormancy, sprouting and leaf emergence, sex expression in flowering, fruit setting, epinasty of the leaf, petiole, leaf senescence and abscission of the leaves. In addition to these practices, they do have application in the field of tissue culture of mulberry. Both synthetic and natural growth regulators are in usages. Expression of above changes is brought about by the level of both exogenous and endogenous concentration of growth regulators. Some of the important application of plant growth regulators are root induction. Auxins are much effective in root formation, that is increases root number and length in most of the mulberry cultivars. Abscisic acid inhibits the growth and development, but promotes rooting. Ethylene inhibits root growth but promotes adventitious rooting, shoot growth. Gibberellic acid increases 2 to 3 folds on growth of stem, petiole and lamina. Auxin cum cytokinin was found to increase growth parameter, namely the plant height, the number of branches sizes of the lamina, lateral bud growth. Naphthalene acetic acid decreases, that is NAA decreases lateral growth after pruning. Cytokinin is one of the most effective plant growth regulator in promoting adventitious bud formation. Even the seasonal barrier is overcome by the usage of the growth regulator. Epinasty of the leaf petiole. Ethylene application plays a role in epinasty of leaf petiole. Curvature of the petiole was maximum after application of etherol. The response of petiole depends on their developmental stages. Dormancy. Cytokinin promotes sprouting of the resting buds, though it has no direct effect to accelerate sprouting at the quiescent period and no breaking apical dormancy. Yield attributes and leaf yield. Gibberellic acid has stimulating effect on height, petiole and lamina. It brings about elongation even at limited moisture condition. Senescence or abscission. Indole acetic acid delays the onset of leaf senescence without any pronounced effect on the number of leaf. Later, it was reported that IAA was closely linked to the protein and RNA synthesis. Disease resistance. Gibberellic acid and carnitine decreases disease incidence by 16% compared to control of the rust and powdery mildew disease. Sex expression. Foliar spray of indole acetic acid induces femaleness at 1000 parts per million concentration. Gibberellic acid induces maleness at 100 to 300 parts per million concentration. In mulberry, the production of male flowers on female plant strongly suggests the exogenous role of gibberellic acid in male sex expression. Etherol also induces femaleness at 400 parts per million concentration. The effect of ethylene differs with mulberry cultivars, flowering and fruit setting. In both diploid and tetraploid, spraying of carnitine improves crossability and increases fruit set. Biochemical parameters. Application of auxin and cytokinin increases the chlorophyll and chlorophyll AB ratio. It also increases protein content. Tissue culture. Naphthalene acetic acid more effective in callus proliferation. Carnitine alone effective in root induction. Auxin effective in adventitious root formation on silkworm. Though it has no direct effect on silkworm, but indirectly it influences growth and development of the silkworm, since the leaf is the nutrient supplement of Bombyx mori. A wide range of studies being conducted to elicit the regulation of the cell processes, regulation of specific gene regulation. Almost at all growth stages of mulberry, application of growth regulator plays an important role. The propagation of mulberry is practically through the cutting, and hence root induction is at most important, especially in varieties that are poor rooters. To overcome soil stress and low soil temperature, to promote seed germination, bud dormancy, induce sex expression and enhance the yield of leaf, both quality and quantity. application of the growth regulator is essential.